Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to solve two simultaneous equations with two unknowns. You've already had one example in your notes, and I'm going to do another one here in this lesson. So the first thing we have to do is to rearrange these two equations. So the first step is to put it into like that. I1 plus 2 I2 is equal to minus 4. That's equation 1. And 5I1 plus 3I2 is equal to plus 1. So we got equation 1, and that's equation 2. So that is the first step. And the second step, we write this equation in a matrix format. So we got 1, I1 and 2 I2 and 5 I1 and 3 I2, all that equal to minus 4 and so minus 4 and 1 here. So that is the same two equations, but we put it in a format, in a matrix format. Now the third step, we need to find the determinant of this matrix here. Let's call this matrix A. So we need to find the inverse of this matrix. Okay, and the way to do that, we have to find the determinant, and as will be shown in a minute. So determinant of A is 1 times 3, 1 times 3, 3. Just let me. 1 times 3, 3 minus 10. That is equal to minus 7, and that is equal to the determinant of A. Then the A inverse of this matrix will be equal to 1 over minus 7 times the 1 and 3, they swap places, so it becomes 3 and 1, and the 2 and 5 get multiplied by minus 1, so that's minus 5 here, and that is the inverse of this matrix. Now what we need to do, ideally we should have the I1 and the I2 on its own. So if we are dealing with numbers, we just divide by this factor here. So you divide both sides, but in matrices we cannot divide, so we have to multiply both sides by the inverse. So step number 4 is multiply both sides by the inverse of A. That should give us I1, I2 on one side, and when you multiply A by A minus, you get I, which is the unit matrix. Don't confuse it with the I1, the current value. So this is equal to 1. This value here is equivalent to 1. So you multiply both sides, so what you get on the other side, you get a determinant, the inverse, which is 1 over minus 7 times 3 minus 2 minus 5 and 1 times minus 4 and 1. And that is equal to 1 over minus 7, and this will give us minus 12 minus 2 and 20 plus 1, and that will equal to minus 14 and 21 7 1 over. So you should get this value I1 equal to 2